Hello guys, I am Kavita and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Exploring Pharma. This is a very quick and short explanation video on asthma. So let's get started.
Asthma is a condition in which person's airways become inflamed, narrow, and swell and produce extra mucus, which makes it difficult to breathe. Asthma may cause difficulty breathing, chest pain, cough, and wheezing. The symptoms may sometimes flare. There are two types of asthma: extrinsic asthma, which also means allergic or atopic. It is caused due to any allergens or pollutants, whereas the other one is intrinsic asthma, which is also called as idiosyncratic or non-atopic, which means it is mediated by non-antigenic stimuli. That is, it is not mediated by any allergen, but it is mediated due to exercise, cold, and infection.
Now we will see mucus production in lungs. In normal individuals, mucus is produced in normal concentrations, but in asthma, mucus is produced in more concentrations. As you can see on the left image, this is normal airway in which there is sufficient area for air to pass, and also there is normal concentration of mucus produced. But in the right image, you can see the muscles are contracted and inflamed, and also there is more release of mucus, due to which there is obstruction to the flow of air, which will leads to asthma. Now this is a basic cross section of tissue of airways of lungs. They consist of three layers. The bottom layer is cartilaginous layer, middle layer is lamina propria, and the above layer is surface epithelium. Now mucus is secreted from two areas in the lungs. Okay, the above layer is the surface epithelium, in which there are mucus producing cells called goblet cells present, which are responsible for producing mucus. Also, in the connective tissue layer, which is present below mucosal epithelium, contains seromucous glands or submucosal glands, which also produced mucus. Mucus is also called as airway surface liquid. Mucus is a layer of fluid covering surface of airway. The functions of mucus is to protect lungs through clearance against foreign particles, chemicals, dust entering lungs, etc. Also, bronchus in lungs are lined with hair-like projections called cilia that move or sweep microbes, debris, foreign particles, dust out of cell or lungs and protect and keep our lungs healthy. Now we will see causes of asthma. Okay. So there are pollutants which are released from industries. This will leads to asthma. Also there are allergens, dust, pollen grains present which will cause asthma. Also cigarette smoke. The smoke which is released from cigarette will leads to asthma. Then change in weather, that is sudden change from cold to hot weather, will leads to asthma. Also over exercising and medications. For example, some people are allergic to some medications. This will also leads to asthma. Sinusitis, which is inflammation of nose. This all are the factors which cause asthma. Okay, so now we will see about pathophysiology of asthma. So here, as you can see, these are branches present in lungs, that is primary bronchus, secondary bronchus and tertiary bronchus. These bronchus are made up of smooth muscle, that is bronchial smooth muscle. Smooth muscle also consists of cells that functions in production of mucus, that is responsible for trapping any foreign particles that has entered along with the air into our lungs. Smooth muscle also consists of cilia, which sweeps these allergens out of the body. So whenever any allergen enters into the air, into the lungs, these allergens are recognized by dendritic cells. Dendritic cells performs endocytosis of allergen. What is endocytosis? It is a process in which allergens are brought into the cell. That is, dendritic cells will take allergens into itself and they will do a process called antigen presentation. It is a process in which after endocytosis, dendritic cell will break down components of allergens and will present this allergen fragments on the cell surface, which will then activate naive T cells. Naive T cells are the cells that have not encountered yet any antigens and are in stage between maturity and activation. That is, they have no basic function against antigen. They will produce two types of cells, that is Th1 cells, that is T helper H1 cells, and Th2 cells, that is T helper H2 cells. These Th2 cells produce cytokines such as interleukin 4, interleukin 5 and interleukin 13 and activate variety of cells such as beta cells, mast cells, etc. What are these beta cells? Beta cells produce antibodies against antigens and they are produced by Th2 T cells with the help of interleukin 4 and 13. Interleukin mediate communication between cells. Now, beta cells will produce plasma cells. What are these plasma cells? Plasma cells perform function of producing antibody immunoglobulin E. What is immunoglobulin E? Immunoglobulin E are antibodies produced by immune system, and for example, when you have an allergy, our immune system overacts to allergen by producing antibody called immunoglobulin E. As you can see, this are immunoglobulin E. Now there comes mast cell. Mast cells are present in lungs and they serve as first line of defense against antigens entering body. This antibody will go and bind onto the surface of mast cell. Allergen with the air binds with the antibody present on the mast cell. When this process occurs, this leads to production of various mediators such as histamines and leukotrienes. What are histamines? Histamines contract bronchi muscles and it is responsible for congestion in nose. Leukotrienes cause tightening of airway muscle, making it difficult to breathe. That is, person is not able to breathe easily. As you can see here, this leads to bronchoconstriction, that is, the airway, normal airway has reduced in size due to which there is obstruction to the flow of air, which results in bronchoconstriction, bronchospasm, edema, that is inflammation of airway, and increased muscle tone. Now let's move back again to the Th2 T cell. This will produce eosinophil with the help of interleukin 5. What are eosinophils? Eosinophils are type of disease fighting white blood cells. This eosinophil gets activated and it moves from blood towards the site of bronchial smooth muscle, that is to the inflamed area, where they will destroy invading germs, allergens and create an inflammatory response. This inflammatory response will lead to inflammation of bronchial smooth muscle airway, and also it will lead to production of excess mucus. This excess mucus will cause decrease in the bronchial smooth muscle area, which will lead to obstruction of air flow, which will cause asthma. As basically there is basically mucus produced in normal concentration, but in asthma the mucus is produced more than normal concentration, which will lead to inflammation of airway and hyperresponsiveness. This altogether will cause asthma, that is bronchoconstriction, bronchospasm, edema, increased muscle tone, airway inflammation injury and hyperresponse. So this is basically pathophysiology of asthma. Now next we will see about what are the ways to prevent asthma. Ways to prevent asthma. First is bronchodilators, second is prevention of release of mediators, third is suppression of inflammation and bronchial hyperreactivity, and fourth is inhalers. If you like this video, please share and like with others and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.